Russell Wilson's a total ass. Nobody likes Russell Wilson. Prima donna asshole. Is that rude?
Why are you yelling at me? Jesus
like,
fuck. I just said he seemed nice.
no, Russell Wilson sucks. Everyone hates Russell Wilson.
Who's everybody?
Everyone, his teammates, his girlfriends.
No. He has a wife.
Oh, she probably hates him. All right. Last two drafts of the year. We have the season kicking off in 3.5 hours. Got two drafts. They each take an hour. My wife's actually got a special guest. She's going to join. She is doing her first solo draft. Usually I draft and we kind of do it together. But since I'm doing mine, I'm going to be here to kind of give her some tips. But she'll be in the background doing her draft. So, I love drafting on the last day. Everything's out. Everything you need to know. Let's sneak around here. My voice is totally gone. It's all good. All good. Say hello to the people.
Hi, people.
It's your first one. First solo one you've ever done. So
Pick one.
Pick one. She got the first pick. She's been clamoring for that. So we'll see how it goes for her. Look at that. All right. I see you. There you are. Luckily for you, they can barely see you. They can maybe see your cans.
That's rude.
Yeah. No, it's not rude. Being nice.
I know. Why do I have like background music?
I had some going on, but it's fine. Gets a little busy. I had it going last time. No one complained.
Well, can I put some on?
No, because it'll be if it's real music. I had our jams from the old band. That's not like gonna get copyrighted, but anything will get copyrighted.
Oh, even if it's in the background?
Yeah. Audio is what gets everything copyrighted on YouTube.
Oh.
Like it's not the clips. So if you put in clips without audio, like for cutaways, they don't get copyrighted typically. I know if you play like 1 second of a Metallica song, they come and track you down.
Oh, they want all the things?
Yeah. Metallica was like the start of the Napster thing where they sued people for like pirating their music. Even though Metallica was multimillionaires.
So their music's never in a movie?
Well, they get paid for that, but I mean, can you imagine Metallica now? Like they've already made their money, but if they were a new band now, you make no money from music anymore. All it is it's like tours, like touring, and then like I guess on YouTube you'll get some like royalties, but no, you're not making shit from music these days.
Good luck, fellas. Can I just be like, I'm a girl?
Say you're a girl.
I'm a girl.
Intimidate these clowns, you know. All right, we have 2-minute warning here. We both are in a draft at 4:00 Central. It's not the same league. Hers is the 50. She got the first pick. That's easy. You don't have to ask me anything for 20 minutes.
Should I say it?
10 minutes.
What if I'm a girl?
Then they'll probably underestimate you. Say, I have a vagina. Great quote from Kindergarten Cop. Boys have penises, girls have vaginas. My dad's a gynecologist, and he looks at, what does he say? He looks at vaginas all day.
I'm just gonna let it be.
As a kid, like in middle school, we were all like, damn, dude, gynecologist would be a great job.
Ew, no.
And then you think about it, and like 1 out of 100 girls you see is probably going to be attractive. You know, maybe that's a low number, but it's
see older people.
Older, yeah.
People with things down there.
Here's a question. Asgard Dense, what up, man? Is that a Sweden flag? No, Finland, Norway, one of those? Something like that. I wonder, here's a question. I wonder if, this is not a good way to start the pod for you guys. This is going to be a football draft, just so you know. What happens if someone that transitioned goes to the gynecologist? Do they laugh them away? Because technically, they have woman parts. Not like the indoor plumbing, but they have, right? They want to feel more like a woman. They go to the gynae. All right. That's a good intro for you guys.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Wife's drafting right behind me. She's in a separate league. This is her first. This is her 11th league. She's done 11. This is my 25th or 24th draft. I have another one right after this at 5. Yeah. So streaming them both. Then gotta hit the road and go watch the games. Sorry, my voice sucks right now. I'm trying to power through. I've been on these shows like every day, 4 hours a day, getting hammered,
Put my
having
little
fun.
dinger up. I like having it.
No.
Oh, was that you then?
No, that was you. It's on. So we're gonna get you some content here. We'll see whose draft finishes first. We should make a bet. Oh, I said something about the flag you put on there, and you retracted the message.
What does that
I
mean?
think it was you just deleted it. I think it was a Finland flag. So greetings, Finland, Sweden. I'm into all that. Here we go. If you're just joining us, 12th pick here, full PPR, $250 Fantrax Public League, 3 receivers and a flex. Got 2 of these babies back to back. Apparently, Roger Ebert was gay. I didn't know that. My dad just told me that.
Really?
He said he's going to give me the review of one of the live streams. And I said, okay, Roger Ebert. And he's like, well, don't say that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Rip, pour one out for Roger Ebert. He gone. Pretty standard. Jefferson at 6, Barkley at 5. We are going to be looking at, like Drake London, Chase Brown. Would be a good combo.
What pick do you have?
12th. First time I've had 12 all year.
Oh, I would like some 12.
Too late now. This is it.
I get 1.
You get 1. All right. Say hello in the comments. Got 19 people in here. Hello.
Hello.
Answering questions, whatever you got. Start, sit. Existential questions. Ask my wife her bra, size.
That's weird.
It's
Don't
D.
do that.
They're D's. There they are.
What if not everyone's a pervert like you?
Then they still might find it funny. Like, hey, commenting on my wife's boobies does not make me a pervert. Aston Genty at 8, St. Brown at 9. How are you looking? Jefferson at 8?
Yeah.
What? Wow, St. Brown at 7. That's spicy. That's a spicy meatball. Could you turn that off though?
No, I like it.
Well, I don't like having that on the thing because it doesn't relate to the actual
Oh,
stream.
sorry.
Who's nice about it? Start Pickens or Ridley? Oh, I have that decision in one of my leagues. I'm starting Pickens. I like both the players. I love both the players. I wouldn't worry about, like, if it was Ridley over, like, Matthew Golden or Deebo Samuel or someone lesser, then I would start Ridley. But I would say Ridley is safer. I know it's tough with Patrick Surtain against him, but they're going to move Ridley around this year. So, I'm up. So, definitely going to take Drake London. Oh, Drake London, Nico. Or Neighbors and Nico. Or Neighbors in London. We're going to take London first. Give him an honorary first-round pick because he deserves it. We're going to go Nico in London. I absolutely love that. I love that start. I love Neighbors, but I got to go by my rankings. Riley says London had a 30% target share with Penix. That is very true. Now you're tripping. Those two guys have, I know, like Neighbors has the same situation where he's the only guy there, but whose offense is the worst? It's the Giants. The injuries kind of coming into the year. I love Neighbors, but I think for me, I just don't have enough Drake London shares. I maybe have 6 London shares, 6 Nico shares. I only have like 3 Neighbors, but Neighbors, there's just more question marks there. Are they going to shut him down late in the year? Like, I'm not hating on Neighbors. Like, I know his target share and target like percentage is going to be super high. Great player. I'm just buying into guys that I think have number 1 overall upside, and I just don't think there's any world in that offense that Neighbors could be top 3 receiver.
What is this?
Oh, 11 Conky goes in the second round. I mean, I know it's not probably a popular pick, but for me, Drake London is my wide receiver 5. They're all tied. All 3 of those guys I have tied. Like, ahead of St. Brown, ahead of Nakua. Look at Nakua fall. Definitely ahead of Brian Thomas. I'm not a Brian Thomas guy. Changes, I do appreciate your opinion, though. I mean, I'm in the minority. I understand that. I am not a minority, but I do understand that I'm not on the popular side of it. I don't know if you guys watch Matt Harmon, but he loves Drake London. He loves Nico Collins. I love both their film. I love their role. I feel like they're both the opposite of injury prone. Nico more injury prone than London. What do you guys think in the chat? Am I crazy for going Nico and Drake London and I passed on Neighbors? Yeah, Riley. I mean, that's part of it is the stretch he had with Penix. I'm not going to ever extrapolate a 3-game stretch. That's such a small sample size. I just know Drake London, top 2 hands in the league. I know what they have there isn't great. I know Penix is a gunslinger, and I trust Penix as a quarterback. CJ Stroud, bad for fantasy last year, professional quarterback. We have news that Christian Kirk is hurt now. So they have 2 rookies, and their tight end is Dalton Schultz, who's a dinosaur. And they have a bad offensive line, not going to be able to run the ball. Nick Chubb could be cooked. I'm a Chubb guy this year, but the stars are aligning for those guys to have 30+% target shares with, I feel like, very competent quarterback play on pretty competitive teams. Changes is very upset about this pick. And yeah, maybe I'm going to stick with, should I drop Mooney for Dante Thornton? Probably not, man. It depends. If it's like your 5th wide receiver and he's only be playing on bye weeks, I could see doing it because Thornton probably has more upside if he becomes the number 2 receiver there. But I would keep Mooney for sure. I mean, last year we had people saying Saquon Barkley at the end of the first round was a bad pick. So literally in 2 hours, all of these rankings, it doesn't matter. Like, we'll see who performs in the field. I took London at the 301 in my 8-man paid league, so I get it. But if Neighbors, AJ Brown, Nakua were there. Neighbors, I love AJ Brown, not enough passing volume. Nakua, man, Stafford's back injury scares me. You got Devontae Adams there. Neighbors is the one. And like, I have taken Neighbors. I guess here's the thing. This is my 25th draft. I have taken Neighbors over London and over Nico at times. Definitely over London most of the year. And London's my dude. So I don't want to go into the year with only 6 or 7 shares. I want 8 shares. If I'm going to be talking about him all year on the pod, touting him, like I want to put my money where my mouth is. So that's where I'm at there. And I've just had so many good drafts in a row. I'm not saying I'm experimenting. This is a $250 league. I'd probably be more comfortable with it in 100. But I love the safety of my 2 receivers. Let's see what falls back to us. Hampton's still on the board. That's wacky and wild stuff, man. Not taking quarterback. Not taking Kittle. I suppose Henderson, Kamara, Hampton. I don't know if I like Cook. But I think Cook actually at the end of the 3rd is not bad. There goes Harrison. Landon says, absolutely do not drop Mooney for Thornton. Yeah, Mooney, I mean, the injury looks like it's nothing, so Mooney should probably be a value now towards these last, 3 days of drafts. I haven't taken him. I'm just loading up on receivers the first 5 or 6 rounds and then taking running backs later. Chase Brown at 11. Houston sucks donkey D word. I'm not going to say dick. Oh, I just said it. You don't like that at 11? I mean, that is early. Don't get me wrong. Ooh, Tyreek is there. Mike Evans. I don't want to take my 4th receiver. This could be setting up for a Rashee Rice team, though. I like taking Rashee Rice if he's my 5th receiver, especially. Possibly 4th. Take Joe Burrow, dude. Take Kittle. I don't have enough Hendy in my life. It's a little aggressive there at the 36 spot. Wow. Cook and Henderson, I think, is a nice pairing. We're going to do that. And then Tyreek Hill would be lovely there. That would be a nice Bukkake crew. I just like the receivers at the 5-6 turn much better. And I'll just go wide receiver, wide receiver. I'm sure Change is going to hate those picks too. I'm ready for it, bro. Bring it on. How's your draft going? Who'd you get? You didn't even ask me. Kyron and JSN at the 2-3 turn. That's a good start. I like that start. You could have gone McBride, but you went a little safe. Now you got to get Tucker Kraft. Jay Smells. What up, man? I think you smell nice. Thoughts on 10-team full PPR? Nick, Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, Adams, Worthy, Pitts, Henderson. So Sharp. Is that Garrett Wilson? Jameson Williams. Ooh. So Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams. That's a good team, man. It's a 10-teamer, but I still give it a B+. Debo or Pickens? Pickens all day. I don't know what the hell they have planned for Debo. I feel like they might give him some work out of the backfield, which would be nice. But I want the number 2 that I know is going to, I mean, how many passing attempts are the Cowboys going to have tonight? 40? 38? Damn, yeah, Garrett Wilson. That's Wilson and JMO as your 3 and 4, right? Adams and Worthy. Tet or Kenneth Walker? I'm going to go with Walker until I see it from Tet. Give me Walker. And the thing is, you only have 4 or 5 weeks to play Kenneth Walker before he gets hurt, so you might as well run him out there. Dak might actually throw 42 times tonight. Yeah. I wonder what that number is. Walker till he's injured. Changes. Look at it. See, we're lockstep changes except for the neighbors thing, which I'd actually say you're probably right on that. I'm just going on what my heart says. I drafted those with my heart, not my head. Have Sharp on my bench in case Walker goes down. That's nice. Worst case scenario, though, because you have to take Sharp in like the 8th round, is if what you don't want to have happen when you have those two is Sharp getting 40% of the work, because then it takes away from Walker's value. So I think you just want them to use Kenneth Walker as a workhorse, and then he gets hurt, and then you get technically a better fantasy play in Charbonnet. Because Charbonnet, when Walker's hurt, is like a top 8 running back, where Walker's more of like RB16. Anyways, four likes in here, 77 people watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I've been streaming these. This is like my 20th stream of these drafts. This is my 25th draft. I have one more coming up at 5. But 3-4 shows a week, 3 live shows. My gambling segment, Beating the Odds, on Friday. That's going to be coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m. 62% against the spread the last 3 years. Those are typically prop bets. I'm a fantasy guy. I don't try to mess with Vegas with betting lines. Although one of my picks, I'll spoil it for you, is Bengals this week, -5.5. They're going to beat the shit out of the Browns. Aiden says, I drafted BTJ at 210 in my 12-man. I mean, that's awesome. I'm not a Brian Thomas guy, mostly because he goes like pick 14, but Changes said I put my 8-man team above. However, I have no quarterback play. Dude, Dak and May are fine. I know it's an 8-man, so like everyone else is going to have an elite guy. Hawkinson, Connor, Jones, Ibuka, Higgins, Edison on bench still. I mean, I think Dak's going to be like 10th or 11th or 9th, I think, safely this year. And Drake May's a nice upside, dude. Anyone go triple stack at running back? Yeah, this guy's got Genty, Henry, and Hubbard, but he didn't take them in a row. How we looking? Up in 3 picks. Are the quarterbacks there?
Well, Hurts and Burrow are, but
Ooh,
you might take her.
that's
or
fine.
Burrow.
And then you probably need another running back.
I know.
Okay. You know what you're doing. I don't even need to tell you. You're an expert. You've done so many drafts now. You know what you're doing. I trust in you.
Damn, I might get one of those.
Worthy in the 4th is gross. I like him in the 5th. Like, he took him over DJ Moore, I would probably consider. Over Sutton. I mean, that's wide receivers must be flying off. I'm not really a fan. Breece Hall is still on the board. That's interesting. Quarterbacks are all gone. So in this one, they were all gone by the 410.
Holy shit. I don't know who to. Do I take Burrow?
I mean, you love Burrow, right?
Yeah, but
Take your boy. Take Burrow.
Oh.
And you have Chase. Don't take them both. And then Connor.
But that's a.
Hey,
That's
Mo.
a buy 8. So should I just reach for like Pacheco? or
No.
something?
No, I don't think you got to worry too much about buys again. But if that's what you want to do, take Pacheco.
Yeah.
Yeah, take Pacheco.
Okay.
Sorry, a little distracted. My dog is in here right now, wagging his tail.
Hey, Pokey.
Don't piss on anything, dude. Start Zay Flowers. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Any bold NFL predictions? Man, Tucker Kraft, top 5 tight end. That's one of my bold ones. Justin Fields, top 6 quarterback in 4 for passing touchdown leagues, maybe higher. One guy, 4 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends in my league. He wants to trade. Yeah, but don't give him any value because he screwed himself. He's going to be dropping those guys anyway. We all ghosting him. Triple running back stacks from picks 4 to 8 always end up so good. Start Golden or Flowers. That's probably going to be Flowers for me. Would you drop Najee Harris for Bashaw Tootin in a 14-man league? No. It's such a deep league. You're going to need guys that are playable. I don't know when Tootin becomes playable until they make a trade, drop, or bench. One of Tank Bigsby or ETN. Other backs are CMC, Chuba, Eckler, Mason. I do like that. I think you stick with Najee. Last night I took Amon-Ra St. Brown, Bucky, Hampton, Henderson. St. Brown and Bucky are a nice combo to those rookie backs. Thoughts on Dante Thornton and Tony Horton? What up, TB? Who will be more fantasy relevant? Whew, between those two guys, whew, dude, that's a toss-up, man. I think Horton has a better chance because the number 2 in Seattle is Cooper Kupp. And technically the number 2 in terms of pass catcher in Seattle is, I'm going to say Oakland. On the Raiders is Brock Bowers, and then you have number 2 would be Jacoby Myers. Appreciate the advice. No problem, Landon. Fields is not top 10. Well, he's always been, almost did this pick. Hey, we got Pierre in here. Always. Fields is a top 10 quarterback. He's always been a top 10 quarterback whenever he plays in points per game. So, same with Anthony Richardson, man. Now, Richardson's worse at playing quarterback, but their rushing ability is just too good. Like, they're not going to bust. And you're getting them after that. Nope. You can say that all you want, man. Fields going to have 1,000 yards rushing. I get that people want to hate on it. And I'm not going to be hating you. Whoa. We got Tony Pollard still on the board here. I might have to do that. Okay. Not letting me put him in the queue. That's awesome. Hey, only 5 likes, 107 people in here. Give me a little bit of love. Subscribe as well, but the likes will bring more conversation. We like more conversation as long as it's peaceful. Not PC, but peaceful. All right, we got some options here, man. JMO, Ridley, Pollard, JMO, Ridley, Ibuka. Man, that's tough. Ibuka or Ridley? Who to go with? Fields in the 13th this week. Fields is 13th this week. Yeah, this week he's got a bad matchup, so. Give me a second on the chat. I have a couple decisions to make here. I think Tony Pollard is going to be one of them. Then I can just wait at running back. So we're going to, for the rest of the draft, we're going to take Pollard. And Jamison Williams, Calvin Ridley, or Emeka Ibuka. Buy situation 5 and 6. It's all spread out. Damn. I'm going to let this drain out. I got to think about this one. I have a lot of Ridley. I have a lot of Ibuka. Don't have as much JMO. Full PPR, though, I think, damn, this might be too early for Emeka, though. But I think I'm kind of getting all in there. We're going to take him. I just need one more receiver. Either way, my flex is Pollard, so this could be a Rashee Rice team. Unfortunately, my 2 receivers buys are bad, 5 and 6, so I'm going to miss 2 weeks of those receivers, so maybe not. All right, Andre says I traded Brees and Pickens for Bucky. Did I overpay? No, you didn't, because Bucky's a 2nd-round pick, Brees is a 4th-rounder, and Pickens is a 5th or 6th. So, I mean, it depends. If it's a shallow league, you won. If it's a deep league, you might have some issues with depth. Hey, Pierre, what are your thoughts on taking London and Collins over Neighbors? My team is Cheeks, says Wild Productions. I mean, you can think so, but my running back room is solid. We're going to see the bench running backs I get. Get some JMO shares. Dude, I'm a little worried about JMO. Look at all the competition he has there, especially if Tesla becomes a thing. If he just plays a Tim Patrick role, which is like a 50% snap share player, that dude's a playmaker. You got Sam Laporta, you have Gibbs, you have Montgomery, St. Brown, Laporta. Maybe a step back on offense, maybe. That's the problem with J. And it's full PPR. JMO is a 65 catch player max. So if he doesn't hit really big plays and doesn't have 8 touchdowns, it's going to be worse than what Ridley's going to do or Ibuka. How many leagues do you have? 25. My wife's an 11, though. Look at her. Say hello. She's an 11. My wife plays more fantasy than most guys I know. Would have gone Neighbors, Nakua, Drake. Yeah, I mean, that's the popular opinion. That's fine. I like to mix it up a little bit too, right? 25 weeks. I can't talk. That's why I can't talk, because I've been streaming all these leagues. 25 redraft, man. I've been doing it.
Squeaks.
Squeaks, yeah. I've been doing 20-plus leagues for 8 years now. I've been playing fantasy for 15, give or take. Yeah, that's that many redraft. That's not even best balls, dude. I don't want to tell you how many best balls I'm in. This is a Ricky Williams, dude. Signed Ricky Williams jersey. And actually, I'll pan over here. This is my pride and joy. This is on the podcast wall. That's a Dwayne Haskins signed jersey. You know what's great about that? They don't make those anymore because Dwayne Haskins, sorry to say, can't sign any more jerseys unless you get like a seance going. That deserves like 5 subscriptions just for that funny joke. I'm so funny. Does that make it not funny?
What's wrong with him?
Oh, Dwayne Haskins is dead. He died walking on a highway on ketamine and a bunch of drugs at 5 a.m. Another long line of bust Ohio State quarterbacks. Dude, pristine auction. This is not an ad read. We don't get. See, that's the beauty of my channel. No ad reads. None of that shit. But I'm gonna give you pristine auction as a shout out. I got the Haskins and this both signed for like $80. Like they're actual like NFL jerseys, like not like the knockoffs. You got to bid for it and shit, and when you sign up, they usually give you some type of discount on your first auction. What pick did you have in this draft? Tyler asked. They're all going to hate my draft, but I had 12. I went with my guys, man. London Collins. I like the running backs. I got to see what I can get for my 4th receiver, but Pollard's my flex to start the year.
I don't know who to take now. What should I do? Can you help me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm taking him away.
Olave. So you have 3 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You could take Rice with this team, especially. You need
him right now.
Okay, well, Jerry Jeudy.
Or should I take a running back?
Well, you don't have any time. There's no one in the queue.
Okay.
We're taking Rice. Sorry. Well, you got to give me more time than that. You got to put
Okay.
people in your queue.
Sorry.
That's the panic pick here. Andre, thank you. See, he says 2 top 5 receivers. That's my thought too. So I know it's not like ADP, but I don't necessarily just draft based on ADP. So Used Cat likes it. Andre likes it. So I had 11 in my draft and drafted Nico and Brian Thomas Jr. instead of London. I mean, a lot of people love Brian Thomas over London, and I've said this before. I think I think Brian Thomas is probably a better, more talented player. London's a better receiver, a little more seasoned, better hands, and I kind of like his situation better because Travis Hunter's an X factor, man. They brought in Diami Brown. They paid him a bag. They have Brenton Strange. You still have Trevor Lawrence questions. And I think the most concerning thing is all of Brian Thomas Jr.'s production was with fucking Mac Jones. Now, you could look at that two ways and be like, okay, if he did it with Mac Jones, he could definitely do it with Trevor Lawrence. But he had 6 or 8 weeks with Trevor Lawrence, and that was his first 6 or 8 weeks, so I understand that. But it wasn't good. Trevor Lawrence is a really piss-poor deep ball thrower. Piss-poor. Always got to grab your guys for ADP. I mean, like I said, this is my 25th draft, so like I generally just take value. These are my last 2 drafts. I have so many shares. I've spread out on a lot of different guys, and I only have like 5 Drake London shares. That's a guy that I want to be like at 30, 40% on. So, and I have 0 Brian Thomas. So, in neighbors, I have a couple, but I want to stick to my guns here. There goes Pearsall. I need one more dude here. Addison would be okay. Rice is gone. Before your next pick, let me know, because you have the Rice problem. So you're going to need Michael Pittman might be nice if you can get Juwan Jennings, because now he's signed. Mm-hmm. You need someone to kind of piecemeal it together. You can't take Addison because you already have a suspended guy. Ooh, Stephon Diggity. Addison would be nice for the team. Jennings. Ooh, Shakir would be nice too. Give me 1 second in the chat, boys. Patty. Patty would be lovely. I'm going to have to wait for my guy in the 9th round if he falls back. Use Cat says, I love London, could easily lead the league in receptions. And I think we're forgetting that he's like had second most red zone targets, end zone targets last year. So he's got that going for him. And Penix is a gunslinger. Not like Penix has proven, and they're the best running back in the league. Yeah, they will, but it's such a like narrow target tree there and like usage tree. So kind of reminds me of similar to the Steelers when they had Big Ben, they had Le'Veon Bell, and they had Antonio Brown. Now, I'm not saying Michael Penix is Big Ben. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Is it a good trade? Swift says, is it a good trade? I traded Trey McBride for R.J. Harvey and gave up Tyler Warren and James Cook. Traded for Trey McBride and R.J. Harvey. Tyler Warren, oh yeah, you won that trade, dude. Harvey and James Cook. So you get worse at running back, but better at tight end. Get Nick Chubb. He is starting for the Texans. Yeah, on this build, though, it doesn't make sense because I already have 3 running backs, like 3 starting running backs. Okay. So we have dudes here. We have some real dudes here. Juwan Jennings playing week 1. I know. So the Pearsall hype went a little. I still like Pearsall, but when he's going in the 6th round, that they should be going closer. I just got Jennings in the 11th round earlier today, and that the news dropped last night. Mickey says 25 teams is way too many. I've lived and learned. Not just doing 1 is crazy to me though. Like 10 is a good number. I like to just have a lot of players. I like to just, I don't know. And I also have this channel, man. I gotta live, like I gotta put my money where my mouth is. And you know, that's what I hate about a lot of the expert shows. They play like 6 leagues and that's their job. They don't work. I don't get paid for this. And they are like, oh, 6 leagues is so much work. Bro, get the hell out of here. Last year I was in the golf business, waking up at 5 a.m. every day, working 6 days a week. Still doing the pod, still did 22 teams. Just got to not sleep. Can I join your league? Next year, because, I mean, you can join any Fantrax public league. Pretty much, if there's a $250 league next year in Fantrax, you know I'm going to be on it. I just got Patty Mahomes at pick 85. We're going to go Shakir and Mahomes. All right. Now this is really shaping out well for us. If I can get my tight end that I want falling back to me, this team is stacked, guys. Here we go. We got Mahomes, James Cook, Henderson, London, Collins, Ibuka, Pollard at flex with Shakir. What a steal. I know, man. I mean, I don't like taking an early quarterback, and I don't even consider this early quarterback because usually he goes in the 5th or 6th. Usually I wait and I'm fine with like Drake May and Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Dak, Purdy in like the 10th or 11th. But at this point, who else was I going to take?
Okay, so do I take Cup or Jennings? I put a Q.
Yeah, I'm not ever taking Cooper Kupp. So.
Okay.
Give me a second, boys. We're going to take Jennings at the 8-12. That's good. And then, so you have Chase, JSN, Olave, Jennings. I think you got to go Jordan Mason.
Okay.
Right? Why isn't Cade in there?
Oh, because someone took your Kraft.
Kraft is already gone.
Yep. There was like a big
At this point, you're waiting.
Okay.
So take Mason. You're waiting at tight end. We'll take Kincaid or Dallas Goedert. I'm fine with Theo Johnson, dude. At this point. Mickey says, I have nothing to prove. I mean, I don't have nothing to prove either. I just love the NFL, dude. So, and I spend all offseason talking about these guys. Like, I love watching Red Zone. I like fantasy. I like gambling. I like making money. I only had one losing year in 12 years. Ironically enough, up to that date, my first losing year was the most I ever put in. I put in like 6,500. I think I lost like 2 G's. But I've had plenty of years where I tripled up, doubled up. The Todd Gurley year, the epic Todd Gurley year, the first year when he was like a 3rd or 4th round pick. At one point, I had him in 9 out of 11 leagues, and then I realized that was too much, so I stopped drafting him. I think I ended up with 10 shares, but he won me 8 leagues that year. Are you drafting Hampton? I think I have 1 Hampton share. He just has been going too high, especially now with the Najee news, but he's been going end of 2nd, early 3rd round. There's no pass catching work with that offense. I mean, he's a decent pass catcher. I think 35 catches might be feasible. I'm not taking him. I don't like any of the running backs after Kyron. Like in the middle of the 3rd round, I wait to where I just wait here and take a Henderson, a Cook. I only play for clout. Yeah, I play for clout as well. My 7 home leagues. That's money as well, but it's more for shit talking. Do you think Shakir will end up good when Coleman will probably end up the wide receiver 1? Coleman hurt his groin yesterday, and I guess he practiced today. Coleman will be on the field more, but Shakir is still the go-to guy there. There's been some negative reports about Kincaid. Look at this guy's team. Pounding receiver. He's got 6 receivers, 1 running back. Well, you better take one here, brother. I think Shakir's a safe play for like top 30-ish receiver. Coleman is the upside play. I love Coleman. I'm a Coleman dude. I don't even think quarterback till like round 6. I don't think it either. Is she in the same draft? No, she's in a different draft. She's in a $50. Same format, Fantrax. Pacheco on a contract year, I'm all in. I love Pacheco, man. That last year's film doesn't count. He was hurt. Don't have enough shares of him. I've been taking Pollard over him recently just because I know Pollard's going to get 22 touches for the first 5 weeks. I do prefer taking players in contract years. Also, that's a pro George Pickens thing because Pickens was offered a contract from the boys, and he said he's going to bet on himself. So I feel like he's going to be on his best behavior, no more temper tantrums, and he needs this. If he has a flame-out year, he's not going to get paid at least the money he wants, not wide receiver 1 money. Story, start JCM or Javonte Williams this week in half PPR. Javonte Williams, not even a question. JCM might only see 8, 10 touches. I guess Javonte might only see that many touches because they're throwing the ball so much. Likely is hurt. They didn't put him on IR, but I don't think Likely is playing until like week 3. He's likely out till week 3. What's a good bet for the Eagles? Well, on the show, I did a special Thursday bet. I'm a prop dude. AJ Brown over 70 receiving yards. It's like minus 108. Love that bet. CeeDee Lamb catches is good too. Pierre says, I need your help on start sit. Pierre, you're like the smartest fantasy dude I know. What are you asking my advice for? But I'll give you my insight. Yeah, this is Fantrax. 12-team public. Tyler says, out of all these rookie running backs, who do I think is going to break out in fantasy? Story says Pickens and Lamb might combine for 55 targets tonight. Who do I like the most? I like at value Cam Scatterbo the most because he is going 3 to 4 rounds after Tyrone Tracy goes now. And again, it's going to be a Chase Brown type slow burn, 7, 8, 9 weeks. But it's where you're drafting him, right? Henderson, like Hampton are going so high. They have to produce right away, same with Harvey, right away to equal their draft stock. I like those guys better in terms of like in a vacuum. I think they're going to be better early in the year, probably better later in the year. But if Scatterbo can be an RB2, by the end of the year in the 10th, 12th round, you're getting great value. How many say you're up?
10.
What are you looking at here? Ooh, Javonte Williams. Monty on the road versus Green Bay. RJ Harvey at home against the Titans. And this is Fantrax, I'm guessing. You got to go Harvey, dude. It depends, man. Monty's safer. I think Monty's safe for like 9 points. If he falls in the end zone, he'll get you 13. If he doesn't, he'll get you 7. Harvey could get 5 or could get 18. It's against the Titans, too. Titans have no, I mean, I think they're better in run support than they are in their secondary, and they have no pass rush. I think you go early in the year. I know Harvey's like a wait and see a little bit. I think my rule is I start my guys, dude. I go down with the guys I drafted. You probably drafted Harvey in the 5th round. Which receiver picks up Amari's number 2 spot? I mean, that's probably Thornton or Trey Tucker. How do you see tonight's game going? Can the Cowboys pull the upset? I think the Cowboys can cover, backdoor cover. Can they upset? I don't think so. And if you like the Cowboys to cover, and if you like the Cowboys money line, you best be betting the over, because there is no way the Eagles score less than 24 points. 21 absolute minimum from the Eagles. Pre-game, can't wait till TikTok, till kickoff. Assuming they will lead and run a lot, but I'm not sure. I'm big on Monty right now. I took tonight's game with Smith scoring a TD. Ferguson or Goddard? I think Ferguson, man. Goddard's way more likely to score a touchdown, but Ferguson could see 8 targets. You're looking for like 6 for 50. See, me and Pierre are lockstep over here. I'm going to get you on the show next year, Pierre. How old are you, Pierre? Are you like 12 or are you 50? I have no idea. Thoughts on Texans backfield? Could Marks take it? I'm a Nick Chubb believer, man. I still believe in Nick Chubb. It's like the X-Files. I want to believe. Moldy and Sculler. Mulder and Scully. You talk this much, you make it. He's 35. I'm 22, so.
I'm 35.
Yeah, I'm 22. I'm 37. Look at her. Look at her for 30. Say hello. Give him a smile. 35 years old. Look at this one. She's with me. Giant cans. 43 here. Think Hurts gets a touchdown tonight? I mean, that's kind of the safest bet in fantasy, right? I know you're talking rushing touchdown. We have to figure out who is there. Oh, man, I haven't even been looking. Who? Don't do it. Do not double up, you son of a bitch. I guess I'll take Njoku, worst case. Man, I'm loving this squad. Anyway, those of you in here, 15 likes, that's pretty good. I haven't seen the subscriber numbers. Well, let's get that up. If you want to see some good stuff during the year, 3 shows a week. Keep on repeating myself, but it's something different, man. Gonna see something different. Definitely your best pick, your wife. Oh, Pierre.
Aww.
I'd be a little more threatened if you live closer, but hey, if you want to trek down here from Canada and hit on her, she can, you know. I'm also always in for the indecent proposal situation. The price is right, any of you rich guys. I'd like to retire early. Well, we just got us a little Tucker Kraft at pick 108. Man, does that make... Oh, my God, Charbonnet's there? Woo! Woo! This team is hot. This team is so hot. Look at that. I was not happy early on a little bit, but look at that lineup, fellas. What do you guys think? Cook, Hendy, Collins, Ibuka, London, Pollard as a flex, Mahomes and Kraft, Shakir and Charbonnet. Yeah. Use cat. Kraft and Charbonnet. I mean, Charbonnet is so elite as a handcuff. Kraft's my dude. This is a really good team. Thank you, Tyler. This is one of my, I mean, I'll be honest, the first like 4 teams, I did one that was like a hero RB, and I don't really have a second running back to start the year. I have Caleb Johnson and like a bunch of cuffs. I think I have to start Dobbins. I had another team that's kind of thin at receiver, but like after 5, I think I had 3 bad ones. I can't recall like a team that I left that has holes. I guess for me, I have a lot of Fields as my starter with like a Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Stroud. But that's my weakness. I believe in Justin Fields, and I can just stream quarterback. I know that's not ideal, but I prefer that weakness over streaming a flex. Jonathan Taylor, RB2, calling it this year. I don't know if he can quite get there in full PPR. I'm more in half PPR. I have him as a first-round pick. So, yeah, Jonathan Taylor, I feel like is underrated this year. Like, I don't know how people are taking Bucky Irving over Jonathan Taylor. This is my favorite team I've seen you draft, says Used Cat. Thank you, dude. I've slowly, like, I don't have my sheet in here, but I was keeping all the ADP, the top, like, 40 receivers, 48 running backs, 48 receivers, 20 quarterbacks, all that from all these Fantrax. After, like, 10 of them, I stopped charting them because I just kind of know where everyone should go. Again, this many drafts, though, you get really comfortable with the room. Yeah, I passed. I know. I passed on Puka and I passed on Puka. I'm not mad about. I passed on Neighbors. So that was the decision. Was Neighbors, Nico, London. I would have taken Chase Brown. Can't believe we went at 11. But I've been taking Nico at 10. So like, why wouldn't I take him? Usually it's because Neighbors is off the board, but they're all tied for me, man. I get Neighbors has like the most probably target upside. I just don't know how good those targets are going to be. Yeah, I was getting lambasted about those picks. How are we looking in here? You know, this is your team though, so okay, yeah, I trust you. No, I would never make fun of it.
Yeah, he would.
You want to read your team to the folks?
No.
What do you mean? They're never gonna say anything mean to you.
Yeah.
And I love the 1-2 punch. That's from Perez, but it's mostly that I back the guys I got it to back, like my 3 running backs to back up, going wide receiver, and to still pull off Ibuka, Shakir. I don't mind. I mean, Mahomes was a value, and I'm a big Tucker Kraft guy. Now, some people are going to say they're not comfortable with Kraft as their starter. I want Kraft over Ingram. Kraft and Warren is close for me. Andrews, Warren, and Kraft are my 3 targets that I'm looking at in the 9th round. Njoku, early season's going to be great. I just don't know what you can expect from Njoku post-week 6, post-Joe Flacco experience. My wife is not in this league. No, she's in another league. It's not good for our, we combined money, so it's like, why would we play against each other? And she'd just be donating to me.
That's rude.
I would be sabotaging your lineup decisions. I'd be like, yeah, you want to start Aaron Hernandez this week. I hear he's a good tight end.
Why would you say that?
Haskins at quarterback, Hernandez at tight end. Stash O.J. Simpson on your bench.
I'm not that stupid.
I was kidding. Browns are a full team to avoid, except for late in the year. I think they could have some value with like I'm a Cedric Tillman dude. I don't like taking a high draft pick from the Browns. Right? Judy is borderline fine. There goes Tillman. Speak of the devil. Fuck. I don't have enough Tillman in my life because I've been taking backup running backs here. Spears in the 11th. Now it's time to get some handcuffs because there's going to be a plenty of them. Marvin Mims could be okay. Okay, the crop of dudes that Nick Chubb is still there. I don't think I need Nick Chubb though. He'd be my 5th running back, so I don't see the upside there. Gonna be a playable guy. Excited about my squad. Browns are whatever. What is your lineup right now? Corrupted Chubby. Love that name. Here's the lineup right now. 12-team full PPR. 3 kickers. I don't even take kicker. I have to now, but tell us her first 2 picks. You had Burr. Who did you have?
What?
Chase?
And Kyron.
Chase, Kyron, JSN. She had the first pick. That's not bad. I'm taking Brian Robinson as much as I can. I don't even have CMC, but Ollie Gordon goes in the 9th round now. If you're just new to like the last week of fantasy drafts, and Spears drops so much, and I guess there's no IR spot in this league, but there's 8 bench spots. Dude, Spears goes. I've been getting Spears in the 14th, and Ollie Gordon has gone in the 9th. He went 10-11 here. I've seen him go where I took Kraft. I've seen him go like 9-7 before. Like he goes way ahead of the other handcuffs. Like I got my shares of him early in the 14th, 15th round. And I'm not paying that price for him. It's because the people are worried about the HN injury and they think he's going to have more. He probably will have more of a role than Ray Davis, Tyler Algier, and Brian Robinson. This is just a regular redraft, yeah. Drafting right up to the start of the year. I have another one right here at 5, so I got to make sure to switch over. I'll do the rest of this one on my other phone and switch to the new one right at 5. I love Jalen Wright, and I hate putting too much stock into preseason, but Jalen Wright looked like such a bum, dude. Last year he wasn't as bad as people say, but the preseason he looked terrible, dude. Like 1.3 yards per carry. Had a couple fumbles. As my man Story says, he never trusted Tennessee running back. As in Tennessee University. Perez says, how do you feel about those rookie wide receivers for the Raiders? I'm liking Thornton. Thornton is the news, and he comps as like a major like 1 to 2% athlete in the NFL, like elite. Again, I threw this out yesterday. I see Jalen Hyatt vibes, same college. He's much more of a physical specimen than Hyatt, but Hyatt was maybe faster, or maybe I'm wrong there. I just know Hyatt was a first round pick. Thornton, I think, was a 3rd or 4th round pick. And Jalen Hyatt is about to be out of the NFL. Has never done anything. Granted, he's on the Giants, but I suppose Thornton's on the Raiders. How much better is that? Do I need a receiver? Shakir is my 4. I kind of do, but do I want to pass up? I mean, I guess I can't really play all these running backs, right? Mims. I think I'd take Mims, a shot on Mims here, and then a backup running back. Well, you son of a bitch. He takes Mims. So, fuck it. I'm just going to take... Thank you for taking Joe Mixon. He's not playing football this year. So, let's just take the best backups in the league. That's a backup for my running back pick, and we'll take Brian Robinson. Pretty par for the course here. Need a couple receivers, though. Hyatt is a buster. Hyatt is bad. I actually saw, I bet on a lot of preseason NFL this year, so I was watching all the games. I saw Jalen Hyatt have a ball hit him right in the helmet, like right in the face mask. It was like a 40-yard, like kind of teardrop, and wide open, not wide open, but it wasn't necessarily a contested catch, and just hit him in the face mask. That's bad. Thornton, I mean, a couple of guys I watched, the fantasy football counselor, total clown. He's a shock jock of fantasy, but he's been talking up Thornton like, he says that he's going to have more targets than Brock Bowers, which is just fucking hilarious. I see the appeal because I'm not really a Jacoby Myers guy. We still have some handcuffs on the board. I probably shouldn't keep on taking them, but that's like an addiction for me. I'll take Leggett. Romeo Dubs would be nice. Ooh, maybe I take a stab at one of the... No, I already have a Houston receiver. Io Manor, Thornton. Maybe a backup quarterback. Dude, Dak is still on the board. Can't really take him because he's the same buy as Mahomes. God, how is he still on the board? Mickey says, I'm always terrified about taking running backs early. I've learned not to wait on tight ends. I like the late tight ends this year. The only early tight end I've been taking is McBride because I get him in the 3rd round. Full PPR, I like that. I don't have any Kittle. I don't have any of the mid guys, Kelsey, Hawkinson. I'm off. I just wait, dude. And if I really wait, if I don't get Kraft, Andrews, Warren, I just take Dalton Kincaid, Ferguson in like the 13th, 14th, 15th round. Another Browns guy, we're talking about the Browns, Harold Fanning. That could be a guy late season. Like they trade Njoku, they shut down Njoku. Dude he's a tight end. He's kind of a hybrid, but he must have the triple crown for receiving last year. It's counting wide receivers in college in FBS. Did I see Zach Sharp looking like D. Henry? I love Zach Sharp. I wouldn't say he's D. Henry. Braylon Allen is more like Derrick Henry. I like Strange. Strange is really solid too. Recall Strange having a 10-catch game. I think it was his 2nd start of the season last year. All right, we got 20 likes in here. Whoever hasn't subbed, you can get notifications when I go live. 3-4 shows a week. Gonna get that info. There goes Dylan Sampson. I want to talk to Sampson. Well, since you're reading chat, rate my teams. I mean, I don't know if you want to put them all in here. I can try. It is tough reading them off, but I can compute, I think. How you looking over here? It must be good if you haven't said anything.
No, you're going to call me out. No, it's probably sucky here. I don't know what to do next.
Oh, hell yeah. Eckler's not bad. Algier, you got Shaheed. Fuck yeah.
Okay, but
Oh, you have
which might be
Shaheed and
next?
Olave.
I know, but he would be on the bench.
Yeah. Okay. Cedric Tillman's a bit. You have him in your queue already. Dowdle, Blake Corum. You got all the guys in the queue that I would have. You have Kyle Pitts as a tight end. Was there everyone else was gone?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you took Pitts ahead of Loveland?
Yes.
All right.
You know
I don't mind this
against the
team.
Bears.
I know you have a thing against the Bears. I would still take, you got Shaheed Jennings, so you have 5, 6 receivers. You're probably done. I would take Tillman if he's there. Other than that, you're done at receiver.
Okay.
You got to take running backs and then a backup quarterback, not with the same bye. All right, sorry. I'm back. I picked Kittle and Loveland. That's a nice combo. Loveland, I don't like as a tight end 1. I just don't know. Early season might be tough. I got to set an alarm. My other draft's in 10 minutes. I'm going to be switching over on the stream to that one. If you want to stick around, set the alarm so I don't miss it. I think I have the 9th pick in that one, which is funny because I've had 25. I think that's my 8th or 9th 9 slot, counting my home leagues. I'm a huge Bears homer, but I picked the best. I like Loveland. It's just you got a lot of competition there. A lot of mouths. I mean, Caleb needs to have a good passing season for Burden to even be a thing. DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Swift is there catching passes.
Okay, so you said Tillman and back.
I'm the 12th pick here. I didn't change my name. It's just the date and time. Would be Professional Fanatics. I'll show you the roster. I'm digging this squad. Really, really strong at running back after a wide receiver start. I like my onesies. Kraft and Mahomes are fine. Powered at flex. Shakir is my bench. I need another receiver because I only have 4 receivers right now. But I have the 3 early guys. So I'm going to have to clean that one up. And this is not the range I prefer to draft receivers because they're pretty icky compared to the running backs that you can get, like Blake Corum, Shipley, guys that have like pretty big upside. Ooh, Dalton Kincaid is there. I'm not really about backing up tight end, but I might want to just reinforce this team. Who's there at quarterback? Damn, Jared Goff. I think I can wait and get like Jordan Love or Lawrence for the next go around. Do I start McLaurin or Pickens? I think it's McLaurin, man. Even with the holdout missing camp. You took McLaurin over Pickens. Stick to your guns. Lightning Boy says, what players do I have? I just showed it. Here's the team. 12-team PPR. That's the starting lineup. And then bench is just pretty much handcuff running backs and Shakir. Shakir's a fucking elite bench option, though. Scary Terry, that is the play. Drinking these beers cold. When I talk so much, I can't drink as fast. That's the key. That's what if I was in an AA meeting, they'd just be like, host more live streams. Okay, at least you can't have that much beer. It is a pretty good core. I love Pollard as a flex and kind of insulation. Spears already went, right?
Spears just went mine.
Yeah. Kate is there. I have to take a receiver. Someone took fucking Romeo Dubs. Jesus. Oh. I don't like this. I'm taking Corum. I'm taking one more handcuff. Screw it. And then I have to go. I'm going to take Thornton with that news. I think this is early for him. I need somebody, man. That could be my downfall. I just don't really plan on, which is weird in the PPR, I don't really plan on starting receiver in the flex very often. I'll have my 3 studs, and then whoever's starting out of Charbonnet, Davis, Robinson, Corum, when and if Tony Pollard starts sharing work with Spears when he comes back or loses his job or gets hurt. Corrupted Seed. Mac. Genty, Bucky, Hampton, Hendy. Ooh, Genty, Bucky, Hampton, Hendy. Worthy, Pickens, Buka, Pearsall, Ingram, Ollie Gordon, Thornton, Benson. How the hell do you have those running backs, man? That's crazy. Genty, Bucky, Hampton, Hendy. So he probably Worthy. So he started off with 4 straight, right? Genty first, Hendy in the 4th. Okay. Worthy. The receivers are a little weak, but it doesn't matter when you have those running backs. Benson solid on the bench. Ingram, late tight ends, fine. Yeah, that's a B plus. I mean, the running backs alone. The running backs alone are worth the trip. New Orleans, the food. The food alone is
People
worth the
might
trip.
not even know that.
It's Almost Heroes, Chris Farley's last movie. If you get that reference, thumbs up to you.
Go Glen Coco.
That's a good team, Corrupted. Pickens or Ibuka in the flex. It's got to be Ibuka, week 1. They're both the number 2 on their team. I feel like that Atlanta Bucks game is going to be a shootout. I will say I am not exactly the best in start sit. Like that is probably one of my downfalls in fantasy. Full disclosure. I'm better at talent evaluation and drafting and like deep waiver picks. Like I won a couple championships because Braxton Berrios 3 years ago. Like I'm good at those decisions, like deep ass leagues when you're in a pinch. In terms of like streaming quarterbacks and like kind of stars, where you're talking about Pearsall, guys like that, Pickens, Ibuka. Like usually I do kind of make the bad decision. It's because it's a toss up, right? You can look at it. I just think this one is Ibuka for sure. After saying that, you can go either way. I mean, I think it's 50-50. Ibuka is probably safer for target volume, and I like that game script better. There is a chance the Cowboys just get decimated, and it could just be a CeeDee Lamb underneath game. Well, there goes all the quarterbacks. Can I just get one? Oh, Jared Goff's still there. Oh, I could take any of these 4 guys. That's cool. Need another receiver, too. Io Manor. Tesla. It's real gross real fast. Last year I had Allen and Burrow. Did you trade one of them? Because that's a tough decision. I mean, I think you just go Allen every week, but Allen's actually rather inconsistent week to week. He has those like 40-point bomb weeks, and then he followed up with like 18. Where I think Burrow is pretty much like 25 or 30 every week. That guy just took Pitts and Kincaid. Yeah. As his first time. I actually don't mind that combo if you wait. Drake May, if he's still there. Is he there? No, he's gone. Yeah, dude, Drake May, Lawrence, Love. Look at this list of guys, dude. Like Jared Goff sometimes falls so far. These guys are all fine, especially as a backup. I wouldn't mind, dude, if you can stack your roster enough in a deeper league, who cares if your quarterbacks are Jordan Love and Trevor Lawrence or Jared Goff and Jordan Love? I know they have nothing on the ground. Love offers a little bit on the ground. All right, I have to finish this draft off screen. I'll let you know who I pick, but I'm switching over to last one. My team's named JJJJ. That's weird. I didn't change it. Whatever. They won't know who I am then. I have my logo, unfortunately. 9th pick. Last draft of the year. It's a $100 draft, so I might get a little wild with this one. I think with Penix, Pitts could have a good. Penix is nice. It's more about they don't have any other weapons, dude. Like they have Mooney, okay, that's cool. Their 3rd is Ray McLeod. I forget their 4th receiver. He had a couple moments last year, but it's a really narrow target tree. And Kyle Pitts is a monster. He somehow has never scored more than 4 touchdowns in a year. It was his rookie year was 1, second year 2, then 3, then 4. So I think this year he's going to have 5. Luther Burden. I should probably pull up the other draft. No, Luther Burden's gone, unfortunately. I got to go to this other draft, though. Your draft is going faster than mine. Let's see who's about. Oh, Jared Goff is still there. That kid is back on the escalator again. Love and Goff. That's cool. Back up tight end. Chicago's there. All right. I'm in for that. All right, 18 seconds before this one starts. Burden's definitely gone, unfortunately. I don't know if I already said that. I think I did. What you reading about? Kate Otten should be fine.
Oh.
That could be a target. Theo Johnson is another one I like. Is a Conquo there?
Yeah. On the Conquo.
What is this? Is this volume on?
Well, because I can't take a 5. I can't take Smith.
33 seconds. Those of you still here, Buka's going to be a top 10 wide receiver. Goff before Love. Yeah, I think Love probably has more upside because his legs. But pre-Micah Parsons trade, I think I would maybe consider Love over him. But now that you have a better defense, less throwing, I would go Goff. We'll see. I'm going to get one of them, so I'm cool with that.
I don't know. What should I do for my last pick?
What's your positions looking like? Talk to the camera while I do this. Say hello.
Oh,
tell them a little about yourself.
Oh, no.
Bet your eyes at them.
No.
She doesn't want
I'm
to.
not a good talker like you.
I'm a terrible talker.
Oh.
All I do is talk about dicks and shit. And squeak my voice because I've been talking so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need a receiver at all. Your running back room's a little thin, so we're gonna go running back. Rashard Smith.
Whatever you think. I don't know.
Yeah, take someone. We can always drop him, pick him up after. All right, Barkley at 6. McCaffrey'd be sick here. Again, I didn't change my name. I'm the R2 logo. JJJJJ. I think I might take Neighbors. Passed on him last draft. Take him at 9. Who is terrible? Me?
No.
Oh, as a talker, I think I know what he's saying. I'm terrible. Not great.
Are you saying you're terrible?
He said LOL, so. Nope, will not be taking St. Brown. That's the problem with 9. McCaffrey goes, you're just stuck with piles of shit.
No.
Screw it. I'm taking a Drake London share. Put my money where my mouth is, ahead of Nico. I need to balance it out a little bit. And I'll get a running back in the second. Maybe Jonathan Taylor. Let's go a little weird with these. Shit. No. I wasn't paying attention. No, I'm going to get a shit back up because of that. Fuck.
What
I have
happened?
to drop one of these guys. That sucks.
It auto-drafted?
Yeah, I had my queue set up. I'm going to get maybe JJ McCarthy now. God damn it. That hurts. Fuck. Gotta turn my volume down. That one really hurts. Maybe I can get some kind of upside play. Jared Goff was sitting there for me. Shit. Well, I have to wait 20 picks now because I had Io Manor and Tesla in my queue. And I had the quarterbacks in my queue, but I guess they were lower and I wasn't paying attention. And then Goff went right after me, of course. 16th round for Goff. That's what it would have been. And there goes McCarthy. I'm going to be stuck with, like, Penix. I mean, I have Mahomes. I'm just going to ride with him all year. I need to get a second one. No, I will not be taking no Brian Thomas Jr. If Nico Collins is there, I'll take him. Or we will take Chase Brown or A-Chain. So he's just one pick. So we might have the same start again, boys. Nico and Drake London worked out last time. I guess Chase Brown is the option, though. I think Chase Brown might have to be moved up here. I was talking about Jonathan Taylor. No, I like Chase Brown higher in PPR. So I think we're going to take Chase Brown. Get another Chase Brown share. Balance it out. Gives me more options. Can't believe Nico fell. This guy's going to get Neighbors and Nico. Nope, he's not. This guy's going to get CMC and Nico. I can do this all day. And there goes Jordan Love. Fuck me in the ass. That was a fucking terrible, terrible miss by me. I'm doing so many things at once. That hurts. $250 league. It's okay. I have Mahomes. Would have been really nice to have the installation of another top 12 guy. Fuck. Well, we'll take Bryce Young or fucking Penix. Real gross, though. And there goes Bryce Young. Oh, man. I'm going to have to wait and get Anthony Richardson. Hold Richardson on my bench all year. A-Train's still available. Can't take Cam Ward because he has a week 10 bye, and so does Mahomes. So Tua, but he won't even be there by the time Mahomes has a bye, most likely. Penix, Geno. Unfortunately, now I've just locked myself into starting Mahomes every week because I'm not going to start one of these bums over him. I think Richardson might be the fucking play. It's going to be available. I just don't want someone to beat me to him. He'll be starting by week 7. Jackson Dart. Yeah, that's a Giants quarterback, though. He looked great in preseason. I think I'm going to be very, very excited to bet against Jackson Dart when he starts because preseason is just a different animal. He looked great, and I could eat my words. I was all you hear guys saying they're all in on a player. I was all off of Jackson Dart coming out, and he kind of proved me wrong, but it was also preseason, so I think he's a bum. I think he's Will Levis 2.0. Chubby says, take Hampton in the 3rd, best upside value. Henry in the 4th, 5th is a better blocker. I would have went double stud wide receivers. Yeah, Chase Brown's just hard to pass up, man. You're getting RB1 there, and I feel like, see, look at the running back. Hampton won't be there by the time I pick. I can promise you that. So it'll be between Cook and Hall and Hendy. Hendy probably won't even make it to the 4th, so I'd have to go Hendy in the 3rd. Now I have flexibility. AJ says, I want to see the Cowboys get absolutely destroyed. I just can't wait to see Jerry Jones. That's one of the nice things. And none of us root for the Eagles, right? If you're not an Eagles fan, their fans are such pricks. None of us like the Eagles. It's hard to root for them. Philly teams in general. But if they're losing by 30 tonight, like they were last year, all those blowouts, Jerry Jones, almost gets the tears. And just the Micah Parsons shit, paying Deron Bland. They paid Hunter Lepke or whatever, their fullback. What bad decisions he's made, and it's going to be a rough year for them. Be a fun year because they're going to have a high-scoring offense. They're going to have to, but they're going to get their brains beaten in, man. They're going to stop Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts. Okay, they weren't stopping those teams with Micah Parsons. So, good luck. Yeah, all the Cowboys ADP. Luckily, I was on the George Pickens trains way before. Best ball, 6th, 7th, 8th round. Now it's 5th round for Pickens. Dak has gone way up. What quarterbacks do I have? Penix in there. This really sucks. That really hurts. Maybe I'd take a Conquo. Either way, whatever. Missing that quarterback, that sucks. This guy doesn't know ball for shit. Hey, Brian, how you doing, man? Maybe not, man. My 25th redraft of the year. Lost money once in the last 15 years, so numbers would say I do know it. I think most of the people that have been tuning into these live streams and pods would disagree with you on that one. If you want to go listen to the fantasy footballers, guys that play 6 leagues and talk about Emeka Ibuka all the time and Trayvon Henderson, that's cool. If you want to listen to this show, you'll draft Chris Olave in the 7th round and win leagues. Thank you, Tyler. Got to go against the grain. See, there goes Hampton. I knew there was no way Hampton was coming back. James Cook will probably go too before I pick. But Tyreek is there. Kittle is there. Josh Allen's still on the board. That's tempting. That is tempting. I hate going early quarterback, but...
Babe, the fridge won't shut.
Oh, what's in that? What's on there?
I don't know.
Well, I can't really do anything about it right now.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do.
Wow. Do I have to go Josh Allen here because Daniels is already off the board. Hopefully this guy takes him and just makes my decision easier, and I'll take Tyreek. Is Packers a good second defense? Packers is a good first defense. The week 1, I don't like it against the Lions necessarily, but once you get Parsons acclimated, it was already a top 5 fantasy defense last year, so I'm in. No, I won't. I definitely won't go early tight end. I'll go early quarterback before early tight end if it's Josh Allen, especially when you see. For me, if I can get Josh Allen as a third quarterback off the board, we're going to go ahead and do that just because that's value. I mean, I still think it's a little early. I prefer it at the end of the third, like the last pick of the third. But we'll go ahead and do that. I'm guessing Burrow and Hurts will follow. Like, they'll probably be gone. One of those two will be gone before me. And I could take a Cook. I could take a Hendy. Or I could take Hill. Ooh, Marvin Harrison's gone? God damn. I can't really go Kittle. I can't go early court. You can't go early quarterback, early tight end. It's you put yourself in such a big hole. Hard to fade. Olave, hard fade as well. I'm done. Who did I get? Fanatics and Gino. Okay. I gotta make some trades there. Or moves. I don't know, dude. Olave is I think we all forgot how good Chris Olave is at football. First round talent, multiple 80, 90 catch years in the NFL. Bad situation, but outside of Shaheed, they have nobody there. And that defense is piss poor. They're going to be throwing all year. The worry is Olave's concussion issue. That's baked into his price in the 7th round. But I feel like Chris Olave and Ibuka are the same player, right? Like, except for Chris Olave is the number 1 in that offense. Astro says, for some reason, no one picked Henry in the last pick of the first round. I mean, if it's PPR, I understand Henry falling, but in half PPR, Henry should be like the 8th pick. Yeah, Allen is safe in that spot. I mean, you're set in stone a top 3 quarterback and never gets hurt. So, we have a running back situation here. Kamara and Walker and Breece. I think that's too early for Breece Hall. I think I might push it off. But I don't like any of these receivers besides Garrett Wilson here. I need someone to take Kittle is what I need. I'm not going to. I'm a Bears fan. I'm not taking DJ Moore that early. After further review, DJ Moore, he's safe and good. And the offense explodes. DJ Moore's going to crush. If he gets the same Brown role, he's going to crush. There's just a lot of questions. Adams is gone. Breece will slip. He won't slip to my pick in the 5th. He'll go at like 4-11 or 5-1. Astro says I take Ladd as flex from the Chargers. Ladd goes in the end of the 2nd, early 3rd is one of the problems with me with Ladd. I've taken Ladd in the 3rd a couple times, like pick 27. I don't mind that. There goes Garrett Wilson. So I have Travion Henderson in my queue. This guy's definitely taking Hendy. So I'm going to have to take Kamara or Breece Hall. I think we got to take Kamara. Unfortunately, that takes the chance of me getting... Hey-oh! I'll take Hendy. Taking Kamara I don't like because it doesn't allow me to take Chris Olave. On really bad offenses, you do not want to take 2 players. You don't want to take 2 Browns. You don't want to take 2 Saints. You don't want to take 2 Steelers. Yeah, Corrupted said you could have gone early quarterback, early 10 a month ago, but now it doesn't work. It doesn't. So, yeah, Kamara, it was close, man. Kamara's definitely better early season. Like, I would start Kamara over Hendy the first 4 weeks maybe. But end of the season, Kamara, we know, gets shut down. So, yeah, I only have 1 receiver. That's a problem. So, I'm going to have to get definitely two running. And I'll get 2 good ones. The problem is, can I get a good 3rd one? I like running back hard first because the wide receivers are so deep. So that's from Brian Gilly. Correct, man. I definitely prefer going running back, or running back, wide receiver, running back, something like that. In this case, it worked out a little bit for me, but we'll see if I can get the wide receivers. This guy's spamming. Get off here.
Well, I don't give a fuck either.
Okay, well, can I come do it in a minute?
No, something's wrong with it.
Okay, well, good thing we have a second fridge in the house. Goes DJ Moore at 4.8. So now you need some wide receiver. I am fine. I like taking running backs late, as in like 9 through 13. I like taking receivers from this 5th through 7th round. That's a sweet spot, as long as you can get like stopping at Diggs. But look at all these dudes we have: Ridley, Pickens, Adunze, Olave, Judy, Diggs, and Buka. Like, there's so many guys available. We're gonna get 2 of those dudes and make this a good team.
I think I know what it is.
What is it? Pickens, Buka still solid. Yeah, dude, Pickens at 5. I take Pickens at 5.4. Buka that's about right for Emeka. Still salty about that auto draft in the draft that I turned off and I didn't get Jared Goff. That could cost me money, but the team's solid. Unfortunately, there's no trades in these leagues. Nature Boy. Ric Flair. That's a cool name. We'll see what he does here. He went the 1-1-1 with tight end there. We'll see what he does. He's got to go receiver. And then he's leaving himself without an RB2. So maybe one of each. He'll probably take Connor. I think he's going to take Connor and Devonta Smith. It's my prediction here. Worthy's still on the board as well. There goes Devonta Smith. I called one of them. Now he's going to take James Conner. Mark it down. Mark it. Come on, Ric Flair. Billy says in Yahoo, you only get an A+ when you let the auto draft go. Yeah, Yahoo grades don't ever. I want to have a D on Yahoo. You've been drafting for 4 days. Dude, I've been drafting for 12 days, bro. Oh, we took DK. I thought you'd take Connor. I mean, I'm in 25 leagues, so I've been streaming as many of these as I can. Chris says, what up, Chris? Thanks for tuning in. This is the last one, man. This is it. Obviously, the season starts in 2 hours. This is it. Jefferson is great, but he relies on good quarterback. We don't know how McCarthy plays. I would have to disagree with you on that one, Astro, because Nick Mullins, you remember when Nick Mullins would start for the Vikings, who's absolutely garbage? He's a chucker, but garbage. McCarthy was still a top 5 quarterback. So I really don't think it matters. He was good with Dobbs. So I feel like McCarthy, the problem with McCarthy is, going back to his college days, you might have an issue with pass volume because they brought in Mason. They may be more run heavy. They have a great defense. But in that division, they're going to have to throw the ball. NFC North, toughest division in football, hands down. Zay Flowers is a fade. I would consider taking Zay Flowers here, though. We're looking at the end of the 5th. I'm going to mark who I have here in terms of order. So we're looking at pick 57. Pickens top priority. J-Mo top priority. We have Ibuka available. There goes Pickens. Fuck my life. Ridley top priority. Zay. Not on Dunze. Nope. Hunter. Olave. It's a nice list to pick from. This guy at 12 has to take 1, maybe 2 running backs. I think 3 running backs will come off after I pick. So I'm going to get a mixture of these guys. And Buka, I'm going to drop down. So we're going to look who's rated highest. At this point, it's a tiebreaker for me is who I can get next. So I have my preference in who I like. It might be Ridley first, maybe even Ibuka. But I'm going to try to make sure I can get one of the guys coming back. That's one of the ways you can use ADP to your advantage because a lot of guys will draft on ADP. Let them make the choice for you for the second pick. So we're going to take Zay Flowers. I hate it as my wide receiver too, but could do worse. And then we'll take any of these guys. Hunter might be a tough sell. I love Hunter, but I'm just questionable going into the year starting Hunter. I don't know what to expect. So I think I like it in this order. Yeah, that's the order. I should get one of them. Take Judy on the way back. I don't trust Judy's like late season output, so I can't do it. Ridley won't be asked. Ridley was asked last year, but he was still worth his price this year. Tyler says he likes that order. I think that's a good order. I got to play it a little safe because it's going to be my third receiver. I mean, that's what happens when you have Josh Allen. And my flex is going to be a problem. I understand. That's the problem when you take Josh Allen, but I'll get somebody. Anyways, last stream before the season starts. Going to have a lot of stuff coming out the next 5 months, whatever. We do year round. I do a lot of random shit, movies, Joe Rogan style roundtable conversations about God knows what, aliens, pyramids, you name it. But subscribe to the channel. Check out all the stuff on the channel. I know all the pre-fantasy stuff in terms of like the players we like has kind of been timed out, right? It's not relevant anymore because the draft already started. But we're doing a lot of in-season shows too. But there's other stuff on there as well. This guy took Hunter and Ridley. Go F yourself. I'm fine with either of these two. Either of these two are fine. What pick are you? I am the guy with JJJ is my name. I didn't change my name. R2 logo here. London, Flowers, Brown, Henderson, and Allen. That is the problem with taking Allen that early is you're going to probably have a weak flex or a weak RB2. Well, thank you. This guy took Baker Mayfield. That is a gift, dude. Golden is a beast for a late round sleeper. I mean, he's not really a late round sleeper. I would think he might come back to me at the 7-9, but not at 6-4. I'm not looking there. I mean, I got these two guys at Q, so. Cooper Kupp late pick, big comeback year. No, Cooper Kupp is done. Watch his film, look at any metrics, listen to Matt Harmon. Cooper Kupp is like, he's a tight end at this point. So I could see Cooper Kupp having 7 touchdowns this year, but I don't see him eclipsing 700-800 yards. So yeah, that's a big fade for me. All right. That's fine with me. I like Golden in the 8th, says J-Rab. Penix may be big. I like Penix this year. Not so much for fantasy. I like what he's going to do for Drake London. Possibly Kyle Pitts. Bijan will be fine. Anyways, we are shooting for 2,000 subs by Sunday. Got 1,824 right now. We had 1,670 at the start of the streams for the draft. So we have been making pretty good progress, but if you could, would love a little bit of support. I don't ask for any money, none of that shit. I don't do super chats. There's no ad reads. There's none of that. It's just, I do this for free, man. But the more we build this community, the chat's super positive, besides a couple dicks. But you're going to run into a lot of dicks in life. But there hasn't been a lot of dicks. And the dicks we've had in here are mostly Asian dicks, little small dicks. We don't care about them. They're fine. They're harmless, right? We just laugh them off. You know what I mean? We just, let's say, give me some evidence for your shitty comment. And, like, your team sucks. Okay, cool. They can say that. I don't care. I can handle it. And if my team is bad, that's fair. But don't just say your team sucks. Tell me why my team sucks. Tell me why my team's good. Tyler says, I've enjoyed watching your drafts and subscribe to your channel. Thank you, dude. The live streams are going to be great during the season, help you manage your team, answer questions live. Like I said, if it gets too big, then it's hard to answer everyone's question. That would be a good problem to have. We'll get to the super chat conversation where you have to pay money later. I don't really care about that. That'd be awesome. But this isn't about money for me. This is about my passion. And I have a lot of passions: bowling, drums, women, my wife mostly. Only my wife, dogs, but movies. But this is probably, this time of year especially, my #1 passion. Gambling in general. I love gambling. So my gambling show, definitely worth a looky into if you're into gambling. Astro says Aaron Jones is a good second RB. I like Aaron Jones early in the year. I got to see what happens with Jordan Mason. So we got to look at a fourth receiver here. Jordan Addison would be great. Golden would be great. Pearsall would be great. Consider Jennings. Rashee Rice still available. Aaron Jones still on the board. Tracy. Laporta. I have no shares of Laporta, but I would do it. It's a good queue. 8 picks. Yeah, it's a good queue. Do you like guys? I mean, depends. I like Brad Pitt. Certain hot dudes I like, yeah. Never gone that way, and I would tell you if I did, but I haven't gone that way, but I've never ruled it out.
What the fuck?
What? Oh, I'm just being honest. I've had this conversation a million times with my wife and other friends and my mom even.
So you're saying you're bi-curious?
I'm bi-curious. I'm not bisexual yet.
She says fucking.
You're welcome, Sean. Hey, it's raw. This is raw right here. This is real. Rice is suspended like 7 weeks. It's 6 weeks, so he'll be back week 7. He has a week 10 bye. If you can stash him, he can be a league winner. So I've been saying this all year. The Rice thing, this is going to be a hard build to take Rice. If you already have, in this situation, it's 3 receivers and a flex. If you already have your flex figured out, and especially if your receivers and your flex play have post week 7 buys, you're not missing a thing with Rashee Rice on your bench. I always prefer to draft suspended guys over injured guys because a guy like Godwin, you don't know what you're getting when he comes back. We know Rashee Rice, I know he's coming off an ACL, but he gets the extra 6 weeks to heal. Rashee Rice will be 90, 95% full strength when he comes back. That's why I like the suspension at the beginning of the year for him. So this build is going to be tough for Rashee Rice. Where am I at? But I don't have a flex right now. I got 3 receivers. I have my stud quarterback and 2 running backs. I will do it if he falls, especially if we have Pearsall, Golden. But I think it's easier to take. I think I have Pearsall rated highest here. Tracy's still available. Man, there's a lot of. Sean, I'm subscribed. Smash that like. Thank you, Sean. What a dude, man. Tell your friends. Might be taking some phone calls here too on the live show. I'm kind of Amish, hence why I'm doing this on my phone. But my partner, Mike Story, genius. He's my college football guy. Plays NFL fantasy as well, but he has the insight of all these players like before they're NFL players. So we mix well. He's a technology guy, so we're gonna kind of mix our strengths here and start bringing a little better content. The full length shows are full HD, cutaways, mics, all that kind of stuff. This is more just raw off the cuff drafting with me. So we have Ricky Pearsall still on the board, and I believe this hate has gone too far, right? Sean, I love fantasy as well, man. Why did you take London over Taylor, Henry, and Jacobs though? I love Drake London, so that's why. And I got Chase Brown, so. And I ended up getting Henderson as my 2. I'm gonna smash running back later. There goes Tyler Warren. We are gonna take Ricky Pearsall. So I managed this receiver room pretty nicely. I got some early season questions, I suppose. And we will go ahead and take Jennings off, but we'll go ahead and take Tracy or Golden or Addison to just solidify that receiver room. I know Mahomes is already gone. Oh, I already have a quarterback. Hawkinson actually could be a value here at 8-4. I don't have a lot of Hawkinson, but I want more Tucker Kraft in my life. I played fantasy baseball in like the deepest league forever, and I kind of renounced baseball. It's a lot of work. Fantasy basketball is actually probably my favorite, just because it's so predictive, the player stats. I think I'm going to quit this year, though, because I put so much into fantasy football. It's hard to play all the fantasy sports and not have your wife divorce you. So, another spammer in the chat. Get the hell out of here. We don't need to know about streaming. Fantasy baseball used to be fun. Now it's different with the pitching, how the pitching has changed. With like it used to have actual starters go 7 innings. Fantasy basketball is also tough with just all the DMPs and guys resting. I'm talking like 2010, 2020 fantasy basketball was elite. Still fun. Fantasy basketball is the most pure. Less injuries, right? Fantasy's got all the injuries, but it's just the resting thing. And it's super fun to watch, dude. Problem is, not a lot of people, like everyone plays fantasy football. There's like office leagues. Fantasy basketball is a little more, it's not as mainstream. So J-Rab's talking about the Drake London pick, that he likes him a lot too, but it's going to be hard to get any more good running backs. I'm fine with my running backs, man. I got Chase Brown and Henderson, and I'm going to have 7 or 8, probably 7 or 8 total, 5 on my bench. High upside guys. Your Blake Corums, your Brian Robinson Jr., Ollie Gordons. So I'm fine with this build. And I have Josh Allen, so I've made this work pretty well. Sean, football starts. He said sharts. Yeah, I might shard. In an hour and 45 minutes. Let's go, boys. It's going to be a good time. Game tomorrow night, too. Oh, man, 6 more subs since the time I last checked. Thank you, guys. Yeah, 1,830. If we can get 10 more before this, I'll be even more grateful. But I'm not complaining. I'm a pretty simple man. It's a good Leonard Skinner song. Dude, is this hate for... Oh, Matthew Golden. I want to take Hawkinson so bad here because Andrews went ahead of him, and I don't have a lot of Hawkinson. But I think the receivers fall off so hard. But do I really want Golden and Tucker Kraft? I think I'm going to take Golden here. Ooh, Golden or Shakir. We're going to take the upside swing on Golden. And then we need to look at possibly one of these fellers. Javonte would be fine. And then there's 3 options at tight end. I'm going to order them in this order. Hopefully they fall back to me. 16 picks. I think they should. J-Rab said it's kind of a rat move, but I still top backups and handcuffs late. No, I mean, that is the move. Maybe you call it a rat move. I take others' handcuffs, not my own as much. Depends on the handcuff, right? Like, I'm going to try to get Ray Davis if I have James Cook. Where if I take Kenneth Walker, I'm less likely to take Charbonnet because he goes so high, and that's just like your opportunity cost is kind of not worth it. And yeah, it's not a rat move. That's called a real move. And last year it killed me. Like every year I do that. It goes in waves, right? Some years everyone gets hurt, and then you have 3 or 4 of those guys, 2 of them hit, you win the league. It's risky, and you pass up on the rookie receivers. The problem is it's so hard to identify the rookie receivers that are going to break out. And if you take a bunch of them, yes, they're going to be weak at running back. I know the backups for these teams. Now, like last year, Braylon Allen's an example of we thought he was a handcuff. He actually got a lot of work when Breece Hall was healthy. But when Breece Hall missed those 3 games, Braylon Allen was barely even an RB2. But I can identify, we'll go through here. Guys I know. Jordan Mason, I don't even consider him a handcuff. Allen, playable, but Charbonnet, Stevenson's a starter. We're going to go lower. Najee, handcuff. Trey Benson, 100% handcuff. Ollie Gordon, handcuff. Rashad White's not really the handcuff anymore. Ray Davis, Brian Robinson Jr., Algier, Dowdle, Blake Corum, Will Shipley. All those dudes. Will Shipley is going way undervalued, man. He's going to have a role in that offense, the Kenneth Gainwell role. And they like him, man. He is a poor man's Christian McCaffrey. He'd be an easy RB2 if anything happens to Saquon. I love Algier. The problem with Algier is he's probably the best of the bunch in terms of when he plays as a starter, he would be the most valuable. But Bijan is probably, knock on wood. Actually, no, I have like 12 shares of Algier, so whatever. He's probably the least likely to get hurt. So where Ray Davis, I feel like Cook could get hurt. Trey Benson is behind James Conner, who always misses 3 or 4 games. So like those guys are more likely to get the job based on injury, but Algier is going to be the most successful if he takes that role. Jaden Blue could be a sleeper too, might be steal the job. Yeah, see, that's the guys I avoid, and sometimes it burns me, right? Because Jaden Blue isn't really the handcuff, but he could carve out like I'll say a poor man's Alvin Kamara role where he gets 7-8 carries, 4 or 5 catches, and he's very, very explosive. But I don't know his role. It's uncertain. So I'd rather take the certainty of the backup. Yes, no standalone value, but if you take 4 of them, you're going to get worse, like best case, I'd say worst case scenario, 4 to 5 to 6 starts throughout the year combined. Best case, you get 2 starters for the rest of the year that are RB2s, potentially RB1s, depending on the quality of handcuff. All right, going down to the wire here. take a look at the squad. See what I need. See what you guys think. Golden on the bench is nice. Took Allen. Running backs are a little thin, so I'm going to need to, the next 4 picks, I got to take 1 tight end, and then I have to take 3 to 4 running backs in a row to kind of solidify this roster. But depending on what you think about Hendy, this could be a bad